Okay, so this is how you run a burning software in Ubuntu Linux. Mostly it's thanks to this tutorial by SomeOrdinaryGamers. I can link in the description below, but basically that's how I found it, and I used this program called Winboat. It's the appimage, and as I told in the tutorial before, you right click on it, click and choose execute as a file or something like that, and then you should be able to run it. So now there was some thing that I had trouble with, but this might not happen to you, so I would sort of recommend to go with SomeOrdinaryGamers before you go to this last thing here. But first of all, you need to essentially disable the secure boot in the BIOS, because if not, then the Dockers won't work for some reason. At least it didn't for me, so that's just at least what I found out later. And other thing is, in the tutorial he uses Pacman S as an installation command, because it has a different Linux than Ubuntu does. But for us it will look like apt install. Basically will be instead of Pacman S, just to have that in mind. Now for this is like sort of like the last part of the video though, that is like the Freerdp free or something. I usually use this to get that to work for me, and that usually helped me at least. So like I just type in this command here, let's see here, sort of let's see, sorry, my bad, like this, I mean. Basically just check what what the latest version is, basically, and I'll have like the 3.5, that's the correct one, that's why it works for me now. But basically essentially if let's say there's some problem, it thinks you have the 2 version for some reason, I usually type this in, and after I type this in, and that usually works for me, and then it registers as the free version, because for some reason it confused itself. I don't know why, but that's just what happened to me. But I'm assuming if it doesn't, you don't get the same problem as I did. At least now we have it, so that's just something that I wanted to to show at least. I guess I can start the program. Let's see here. I'm gonna start it. While I'm at it, I can actually show one thing actually here. You have to essentially enable these 2 things, because if you don't, then you won't have access to let's see here, you won't have access to the USB pass-through, and that's important if you want to, like, let's say you have like a DVD or something, you need it to burn stuff, basically. So that's just what I use. So basically, to show an example here, I'm just gonna plug in something here. I'm gonna plug it into my computer. I'm just gonna take this out, and I'm just gonna take the thing I connected right now, DVD writer, that's right. And now it should basically be connected here. And then I'm gonna go to home. Sorry, I mean apps, And to basically, yeah, I'm just gonna wait till it loads a little bit here. Yeah, here it goes. So you click Windows Desktop to basically go into the there we go. Just take a little bit of start. That's how you basically go into the Windows 11 virtual thing, right? And to sum it up, I've tried to I've tried the save files of Final Fantasy 2, and it did work. So I'm gonna fix that later. But just to test another thing here, I put in a DVD basically now. And I assume it should show up here. Yeah, that's the virtual fighter 4. So to make a copy of this, I'm gonna start ImageBurn, because that's like the best the best burning software I know of. And I should also note, you shouldn't rely on this on everything. This is sort of like just like a desperate need if something doesn't work. For me, it was the burning software, because no Linux burning software will work. Nothing. Like KH3B, Brasero, whatever, it just sucks. Like, sure, if you use Rhythmbox, it can extract audio from albums such, and that's awesome. But if you're trying to create the ISO or bin.q file, you know, Linux doesn't have that. It's like heavily restricted on burning softwares. You know, even if you try something like internal wizard magic, like cat or something, for some reason there's this massive restriction on this. I don't know why, but this like works for me at least. So, you know, maybe I'm a normal or something, but it works for me. So that's my point. So basically, I go into there and just click on this to check, and then I just set my destination to where I want to have it saved, and I would just avoid change the name or whatever. I just click on this, and now it should do the work. And I'm just gonna minimize this and let it work out, so you don't have to watch the whole thing. So let's just set it on pause here. Alright, here it is, all done. That's a little bit loud, but whatever. Okay, let's just enter it, and then I'll just eject the DVD. And that's for the Virtual Fighter 4. So I'm just gonna disconnect my DVD drive here. Okay, so basically now we have it, right? This is like the ISO. It's you know, it's basic work, and I can sort of prove how it works, but I've already burnt Final Fantasy 2 Origins on PS1, so I have like a Zebra emulator to test it, but this is not for this one though. But I already made it, so I can just show you. But what sucks is I couldn't make the memory card part work. But for the safekeeping, I'm just gonna try that again. Let's see here. Open memory card image. I'm gonna try it again, but don't think it works. But let's just try it, and I'm just gonna open the ISO. But just go to this one right here, bin, and then power on. And this is the game works, so that's like the most important thing here. But the memory card thing I'm gonna fix later, but it sucks that it does work, but whatever. But yeah, this is sort of like on like a last resort thing. I wouldn't recommend to rely on Windows, basically. That's fine. Nope. Oh well. But as you can see, it works. So that's all I want to show really. So if you have any question, then let me know what you think, and I hope this helped you. Yeah, so this is like the Linux overlord world is about to come. So basically, so yeah, thank you for listening, and bye.